Good morning, everybody. This is Outside the Matchbox, episode 8, and we have some breaking ish news at the moment. Not at the moment, kind of at the moment. The first topic today is the Crimea bridge collapse. The Kiev Independent, which is a news agency from Ukraine, is reporting that the security service of Ukraine, the SBU, is behind the explosion on the Crimean bridge. And the bridge's name is Kersh, I believe. It's on the Kersh Strait. It connects Crimea to the Russian mainland. And that is just the latest development in an ongoing and ever escalating war after the invasion of Ukraine by Vladimir Putin's marauding army. And many people are saying Russia is losing. Many people are saying Russia is struggling to respond to Ukrainian attacks and counterattacks. And Ukraine now has the upper hand in the war. And with this explosion of the Crimean bridge, which, by the way, Russian state TV says is because of an explosion due to an oil train something. Anyway, it's not important what they think, what they believe. You can see it unfold on social media. There's eyewitness video and pictures, and it looks like part of Kersh Bridge has collapsed, and Russia has suspended train bookings from the mainland to the peninsula, which is an escalation to say the least. This comes less than 24 hours after Joe Biden made a statement about how we are closer to Armageddon anytime since the Cuban Missile Crisis. And as reported before, with Putin mobilizing his secret nuclear whatever to the Eastern Front, it seems like there's an escalation. Just seems like it. I just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't think I would have ever thought 2 years ago or 4 years ago that we would be this close to talking about nuclear Armageddon in my lifetime. But here we are. Moving on. Stay safe, everybody. Moving on. The Department of Justice suspects that there still might be more missing documents. That's kind of a duh. We'll just have to see what happens with that, whether DOJ pursues more search warrants from federal judge magistrates in other jurisdictions where Donald has residences. So I don't know how much more probable cause somebody needs than to find government classified documents in somebody's desk. It says 45 office. That's Donald Trump's desk. Nobody else would dare sit in Donald Trump's desk. And there still isn't probable cause to arrest him and indict him out of an abundance of caution. So, I mean, it can go both ways, right? Like, some may say it's an abundance of caution. Some may say it's going too slowly. Some may say it's aggressive. Let me tell you, the people who say that the DOJ is being aggressive and violating Donald's rights, they don't know the law, and they need to go back to either law school or read a book or something. Anyway, few talking points onto the next topic is the seditious conspiracy trials. And I wanted to bring up that the prosecutors in the trial asked an special agent, to come to the stand who witnessed Stuart Rhodes essentially patrolling and surveying the Capitol grounds around the Supreme Court. So that's like on the other side of the Capitol from where the mall is and the Washington Monument is. And he said that he noticed a man with a cowboy hat and an eye patch, so he took pictures of it and sent it to his colleagues. It didn't appear that Stewart was doing anything that was illegal, other than just surveilling for the subsequent insurrection that he was about to lead. So then we find out that on December 12th, the same day that he was out surveilling Capitol Hill, there's a speech in which he says he called on Trump to invoke the Insurrection Act to avoid a much more bloody war. On the 6th, they were going to put the final nail on the coffin of this republic unless we fight our way out. He said with or without Trump, or preferably with. Now, I don't know. I mean, that's like flipping the whole narrative on its head and using. It's difficult to do that without having a primer. And anybody who says that the people who voted for Donald Trump in 2016 or the people who brought the Republican Party to where it is today had nothing to do with this, to where we are, just have to look at how easy it is to turn people's minds and inundate them and brainwash them if you have been primered inch by inch, day by day for decades. And that's exactly what the GOP has done. So, I mean, as much as I think it's honorable of what Liz Cheney is doing now, what her establishment GOP did to our country, and since the mid 90s, and it started out in the late 70s, but ramped up in the mid 90s and then went nuclear with Sarah Palin and onward. And they should have nipped it in the bud at that point, but they didn't. And as much as I respect John McCain, he's the one who had Sarah Palin on his ticket. So there's got to be a lot of soul searching that needs to happen for the people who did participate in that, no matter how progressive they have become now after the fact. Because it wouldn't have been this easy to recruit people by saying that by somebody from an extremist gang like the Oath Keepers saying that they, meaning the free and fair election and the electors of the electoral college and the popular votes of the state and the entire election apparatus is going to put the final nail on the coffin of this republic, and not the people who are goading and hoping and planning for counter protesters so they can start a violent riot and attack Congress. And because they are so stupid, they went ahead and attacked Congress anyway without the impetus of Antifa or the legal cover of the Insurrection Act. That stupid is what stupid does. So then we get to a message from Stuart Rhodes from the 30th of December 2020, where he says, "We will have many balls in the air. I have been so busy on back channel working groups trying to advise the president that I am behind the curve on getting you all plugged in on this one." Well, I mean, he is working on back channel working groups, busy with back channel working groups. Who are these working groups? Roger Stone, Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, John Eastman, Jeffrey Clark. Who? I mean, how many people are on that level? Because we see here that Stuart Rhodes was the on the ground commander leading the forces. He wasn't the one who was issuing the orders from the bunker. So these are the updates. The trial resumes on Tuesday, And keep in mind that on October 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, the January 6th committee is going to hold its 9th hearing. The reason why I think that maybe there will be one more is because I would want, if I was planning that the last hearing, the conclusive hearing of the January 6th committee would be a prime time hearing, maybe I don't know, Friday night prime time hearing or something of that sort. But this 9th one may very well be the last one. Okay, moving on to a sort of a tangent. We heard yesterday that Georgia prosecutor Fani Willis, I think that's her name, is going to compel testimony from Michael Flynn, Newt Gingrich, and other Trump allies about the 2020 election probe, and that couldn't come anytime soon. Let them enforce it. If they don't, if they don't comply, then compel them by arresting them and bringing them to court. And good luck to Newt Gingrich. The fourth topic that I wanted to talk to you about is, let's see, my Matchbox, is Hunter Biden. Everybody in the right is saying, see, told you. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what, if it is proven by the DOJ that Hunter Biden committed crimes, then it would be right for the DOJ to indict Hunter Biden for his crimes. The left, the Democratic Party, and reasonable people, independents, care about upholding the rule of law. We don't follow people, we follow ideas. We understand that the rule of law applies to all of us. If I was doing something that was illegal, if I was doing something that was violative and causing harm, then if I was caught and if it was proven that I did something wrong, then that punishment that is due me is rightfully mine. And understanding of your own mistake, or allowing yourself to understand that somebody from your team can make mistakes and therefore be held liable for it, doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong, because you uphold the bigger picture, which is the rule of law, peace and tranquility in society, progress, and order, as opposed to chaos and fear and lies and corruption. So if Hunter Biden there is enough evidence that for the DOJ to indict Hunter Biden for crimes, go for it. I'll be the first to say, yeah, okay, go for it. And I'm not the first. There have been many. So that's where we are. That is the news of today as we wade into this weekend. I would implore everybody to brush up on the January 6th hearings this weekend. On their YouTube page, all the hearings are there. If you want shorter reviews of each of them, my channel has reviews of every single one of the January 6th hearings. It would be wise to keep up and catch up on what's happening with the Mar-a-Lago case. You will find reviews and analyses on everything from the first special master motion to Donald Trump's latest appeal to Supreme Court on my channel. If you just check the playlists and the videos, if you like what you see, what you hear, please share, subscribe, and like. It helps me a lot. I don't ask anything else from you other than those actions of interaction. With that, have a good day, have a good weekend. Haha. Twitter has restored No One Unscripted. after 3 emails that they sent me, 2 of them saying no, and the third one apologizing for any inconvenience and restoring No One Unscripted. So thank you for all of you who have welcomed me back, who have welcomed me back with kind words, and all those of you who were with me these last 10 days that I was spazzing out on the inside while continuing to inform whoever will listen. So I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.